A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. Good morning. Let us start with the snippets. The first one, SC on BNS section 152, abuse potential makes law unconstitutional. Something makes the law unconstitutional. And abuse potential. There are two important words here. One is abuse. Abuse has three different meanings. One meaning, misuse. In this context, it talks about misuse. And generally, the combinations we use abuse of power, abuse of position. And when people try to abuse a position or power, they try to resort to favoritism, helping friends and relatives. Then we use the word nepotism. Have you heard of this any time? Nepotism. What is the meaning of nepotism? Helping, favoritism, helping your friends and relatives. And the second meaning of abuse, to shout at someone using bad words or using foul language. Then also we say abuse. He abused me. Third meaning, ill treatment of someone. Imagine there's a stepmother. Stepmothers need not be like that, a general statement. And may ill treat the stepchild. Then we say abused child. All the three you have to know. And the next word goes with you people, potential. Potential means something that is hidden. You all have potential talent. We have the potential to achieve success. We also think of the word latent. He has a potential to win the match. Means what? He has a hidden talent to win the match. Foul language. Yes, Nagesh. Otherwise, nothing to learn. And as usual, when you look at law, you have to recollect words like file a case, plaintiff, defendant, innocent, acquit, guilty, convict, alibi. All these words you guys know. I don't have to tell you people. Coming to this is a disturbing snippet. Of course, it has been in the limelight for the last many months, not weeks, not days. Israel causing famine. How do you pronounce this word? Not famine, famine. Famine means a situation where no food at all. First, you have to think of no rains for quite some time. Then we use the word drought. And we also use the expression dry spell. No rains for a long time, no crops, no crops, no food. No food, we use a word. No food, we use the word famine. And Israel has been bombarding Gaza for quite some time. Based on that, Israel causing famine, genocide unfolding in Gaza, elders. There are two words here. One is genocide. When you see the prefix side, side means what? To kill someone. You have to recollect words like homicide. Homo means a human being. One human being killing another human being. It is a case of homicide. You have to recollect words like patricide, killing one's father, matricide, killing one's mother. Fratricide, many students think killing one's brother. It could be killing one's brother or sister, fratricide. Feticide, in the mother's womb, you kill the baby. Infanticide, you kill the baby. All these words you have to recollect. And unfolding means emerging. Unfolding means opening up, emerging, and becoming very clear. One thing is becoming clear over there, that is, whatever Israel has been doing for the past couple of years, it is nothing but nothing short of genocide. Important words. Israel may have its own reasons, that's a different story. Coming to the next snippet, CAG. What do the letters CAG? It's like an acronym, CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. I'm sure many of you, as aspirants, you know what the letters stand for. CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. CAG finding on cess. 3.69 lakh crore not sent to designated funds. Designated. Designation, designated. When someone works for a company, we ask the question, what is your designation? He has to tell manager, deputy manager. But designated funds means allotted funds. Allotted, Mayhem, you can recollect who is that? MRKS, very good. Pravalika, yes. Find, found, founded, founded. All these you have to. Very good. Coming to here, designated funds. Allotted, allocated to a particular department, then designated, allocated. Very good, Nagesh. I appreciate that. Coming to the word funds, for a casual learner, there's nothing to learn as such. But when there's a smart learner, funds, some people misuse funds. They take the funds illegally. And there are some important words and one important idiom. They have given many a time in competitive exams. Feather one's own nest. Tell me what is the meaning of feather one's own nest. The manager has feathered his own nest, means what? He has taken the organization's money. We also say misappropriation of funds. When we talk about Naidu, very good, about to say, when someone takes, we say misappropriation of funds. But two words they have given many a time, SSC and banks also, swindle money, embezzle money. Swindle, embezzle, two important words you have to recollect. Coming to the next snippet, today's editorial is all about this one. After reading out the snippets, doing value addition, I'll go to the editorial. Today's editorial is all about the embezzlement. Yes, noun form. Who is this? Hari Krishna. Very good. Embezzle verb. It's a regular verb. Embezzlement noun form. And coming to stray dogs, the menace of stray dogs. Very important because SBI descriptive paper, IBPS PO, descriptive English, descriptive paper, letter writing. Many a time they have given this as a topic. Write a letter to your friend about the menace of stray dogs. Very important. You have to listen to today's editorial analysis. But what is the snippet over here? Data point, India must count stray dogs. Anyhow, I'm going to tell. Yesterday also we got stray dogs means what? Street dogs. They don't belong to anyone. But stray has another meaning. Imagine there is a pack of animals like wolves. One particular wolf or pack of foxes. They one comes out of the group, then it doesn't know which direction it has to go. Then it may go in a zigzag manner, it may enter the urban areas, outskirts. Then we say stray fox, stray jackal. There the meaning is different. To lose the way. Stray dogs before tackling menace. It is about the opinion of the newspaper. Supreme Court has come up with something related to stray dogs. Based on that, against that backdrop, before doing something, India must, obligation imposed by the writer or the speaker. Stray dogs before tackling menace, the threat. Menace means what? Threat. Current policies are framed using outdated estimates. We have a framework. That framework has been using framed using outdated data or estimates. Outdated, no longer in use, obsolete. Geopardize, Vagdevi, very good. I appreciate that. Now let us go to the headline. What does it say? Lok Sabha Speaker sets in motion process to remove High Court judge. This also we have got many a time bundles of cash found, and also half-burned notes found. And regarding that, Lok Sabha Speaker sets in means initiates. Set in here means what? Initiate. Motion process to remove High Court judge. A retail inflation hits 8-year low of 1.55% as food prices drop. Nothing to learn related to economy. You have to read the article, will be useful. Gross tax receipts dipped 3.9% amid a rise in refunds. Amidst in the middle of rise, rose, risen, raise, raised, raised. We have got so many times. Coming to the snippets over here, US China delayed tariffs by 90 days ahead of deadline. Again, a delay, 90 days ahead of deadline, means extended, related to tariffs. Coming to farmers groups, there's one important expression here, though I have told you guys many a time. What is a noun in this context? Farmers. Farmers, a plural noun ending in the letter S. Then we have to use the apostrophe after the letter S, not before. That you have to catch. Farmers groups laud. PM stance amid US tariffs. Laud means appreciate. Someone does good work, then we say laudable. Laudable means what? Appreciable. Laud someone, applaud, laud, positive words. And farmers groups laud PM stance. PM stance means PM stand. What the stand taken by the Prime Minister amid in the middle of US tariffs. Ukraine should decide its own future, says European Union. Ukraine should decide. Here there's one helping verb. What is it? Should. Should has two functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest. Then if you ask me, sir, what is the difference between advise and suggest? Advise is general. Suggest is specific. What is the first letter in suggest? S. Specific, first letter S. Remember that way. And advise, you got to be careful. ADVISE, verb form. ADVICE, noun form. Vice. But vice has another two or three meanings. Vice president, that's a different meaning. When we talk about a person, we talk about his good qualities and bad qualities. Then we use words like his virtues and vices. Have you heard of this? Virtues and vices. I've given many a time. All these you have to recollect, decides its own future. Its own future. It is possessive case. And you have to, as a smart learner, you have to recollect the rule. Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe, no exception whatsoever. And a common error in our country, even educated people, when they close a letter, thanks for responding. When they close a letter, they close yours sincerely with apostrophe. Is that right or wrong? Yours, your apostrophe, yes. It is wrong. If you make that mistake in the exam, you will lose 2 marks straight away. But sometimes, yes, Pravalika and Chandu, students ask me, sir, we see something like this. It apostrophe, yes. It is not the possessive case. It is a short form of it is or it has. That you have to know for sure. Let us go to the pic as usual. The front page of the Hindu, usually any newspaper for that matter, you come across an eye-catching pic, impact-making pic. Here you can see the giant elephant, not his day. Usually we say, not my day, not your day. Means what? Today you're not lucky. Everything goes wrong. When everything goes wrong, imagine for me everything goes wrong. Then what do I say? Today is not my day. It refers to the elephant, tusker. You can see the tusks. You can see the fire also. Conflict zone. Today we have human animal conflict, and animals are straying into urban areas, outskirts, because of loss of habitat. What is the meaning of habitat? The home of a plant or animal. Not literally home, the place where the animal or plant can survive. Habitat. Today they have given many a time, you may get loss of habitat as a passage. Conflict zone because of loss of habitat. An injured male tusker retreats, go back from a fire lit by residents to drive it away near the Amchang Wildlife Sanctuary on the outskirts of. This is very important. Common error. People say in the outskirts. Inhabitants, indigenous people, aboriginals, you have to recollect. And in the outskirts, right or wrong? Wrong. On the outskirts, on the campus, on the third floor of Guwahati on Tuesday, August 12th, which is World Elephant Day. Oh, surprisingly. The other day, we got Lion Day. Today, Elephant Day, World Elephant Day. On the eve of World Elephant Day, elephant is being chased away. That is a little paradoxical. What is the meaning of, excuse me, what is the meaning of paradoxical? On the eve of World Elephant Day, chasing away an elephant. Paradoxical means what? Who is this? Vishnu, very good. Flora, fauna, endangered, extinct. All of you have a look. Comment box. Our students always do value addition. Worth watching. Ironical. Contradictory situation. Anything in a situation where you see positive and negative aspects existing at the same time, that is ironical or paradoxical. I read out that one. Now let us go to, this has been in the limelight for quite some time. EC is willing to fix mistakes in Bihar draft electoral roll, says Supreme Court. It is not a statement from the, not from Election Commission. It is a statement from the Supreme Court. EC is willing to fix, willing, unwilling. Unwilling. What are the words you have to recollect? Stubborn, obstinate. Obstinate, stubborn, unwilling, reluctant, all the words you have to recollect. Fix has many meanings. One, join, quick fix. But fix also means to find a solution, to repair, to mend. Those words you have to know. Mistakes in Bihar. Mistakes, yes, someone has responded. Chandu and Kranti Kumar. Flaw. Flaw means what? Mistake. Flawless English, impeccable English. You all know you have got many a time. Slowly, you guys are getting, sooner or later, you will be able to speak, write impeccable English. What does it mean? Flawless English. That's all from the front page. Today, let us go to the editorial analysis. An important editorial. We have got some new important words we have got for the first time, and the patterns also very important. Let us see, but to provide the backdrop information, what is this about? It is all about the problem, the threat, the menace of stray dogs. Stray dogs are very dangerous. They are unpredictable, they are dangerous, and they usually target old people and children. Children, while playing in the streets, often they are attacked by stray dogs. Old people also, when they go for a walk, they are attacked. And the third group, vulnerable, two wheelers. Two wheelers go that time, suddenly a dog may chase, and a guy tries to escape from the dog. In that process, he may fall, he may have injuries, very dangerous. Against that backdrop, dogs and laws. Urban local bodies need funding for shelters and sterilization drives. Urban local bodies, based on the judgment or the order given by the Supreme Court, editorial starts with a solution. What is the solution? The problem is stray dogs. Solution: urban local bodies need something. What do they need? Funding. They need funds for what? For shelters and sterilization drives. Shelter, you have to construct shelters for dogs, you need to spend a lot of money. And sterilization, removing the bacteria, microorganisms from a particular person or animal, that is also known as sterilization. Money is required. But let us go to the actual order. The August 11th Supreme Court order represents the most forceful judicial intervention yet on the matter of free roaming dogs. Today, the pattern is also important. Here, yet is used for emphasis. It is about the August 11th Supreme Court order represents the most forceful judicial intervention. Interfere, intervene. The most forceful judicial intervention yet so far. Here it means so far, till date. Regarding what? On the matter of free roaming dogs. Stray dogs have no restrictions, no leash, nothing. They can roam anywhere, anytime, everywhere for that matter. Based on what? By directing Delhi and its satellites. There's one important word here. I've given a few times, but here you don't see the noun. When you take a big city, initially the city is not congested. Over a period of time, over a period of time, it gets congested and people have infrastructure problems, housing problems. What they do, in and around the city, certain towns are there. Because they cannot get accommodation in the city, they go to those areas. Those areas are known as suburbs. And the other word for suburbs, satellite towns. I've given many a time satellite town. Here the word town has been dropped. Don't think something to do with space technology. Here satellites mean satellite towns. By directing Delhi and its satellites to collect every street dog within what time? Within 8 weeks, confine them permanently in pounds and expand shelter capacity at speed. There's one word I will explain. In pounds and expand shelter capacity at speed, the court has signaled its willingness to override administrative lethargy. So many words you have to focus on. Here, the court order, what does it say? It says something like collect every street dog. By directing Delhi and its satellites to collect every street dog, there is a stipulated time period. What is a stipulated time period? 8 weeks. Within 8 weeks, once they collect, confine them. Confine means restrict. Confined to a particular place means what? Restricted to a particular place. Confine them permanently in pounds. Pound has two meanings. One meaning, pound means to hit repeatedly. You hit someone repeatedly, pounding. It goes with so many contexts. Another meaning of the word pound, it means UK currency. And impound, impound means one of the meanings, uh, keep someone in confinement. Something like keep someone in prison. That is also the same meaning, but we have got another word for that, today's editorial. And expand shelter capacity at speed. By saying all this, the court has signaled, present perfect active voice, its willingness to overrule, consider something, keep something aside and try to overrule. Administrative lethargy. Someone has written, lackadaisical. Who is that? Arc boy Mukesh. Very good. No interest, no enthusiasm. We use that word, but lethargy means very lazy. Very lazy. We use the word lethargic, and sluggish. Very slow, sluggish. Administrative lethargy. Now it has to provide some information. How many dogs are there in Delhi? What exactly the problem? You have to recollect. Pravalika, very good. Administrator, masculine gender, and also Chandu. Administratrix, feminine gender. Delhi records roughly 30,000 dog bite cases a year. Oh, 30,000 a year. That is astonishing. Delhi records roughly 30,000 dog bite cases a year, and rabies still kills poor urban residents with patchy access to post exposure prophylaxis. That goes with a medical term. Rabies. It seems 30. Torpid also. Very good. Cracker Jack. I appreciate that. Coming to indolent. Nagesh. Very good. Sloth bear. Very sluggish. Very lazy. 30,000 dog bite cases a year, and rabies still kills poor urban residents with patchy access to post exposure prophylaxis. The court's blunt instrument conflicts with. Why should they write this editorial? Something not practical, some sort of disturbance, some sort of discord. The sentence talks about that disturbance. The court's blunt instrument conflicts with the Animal Birth Control Rules 2023, specifically its doctrine. Doctrine means a philosophy. Doctrine of capture, neuter, vaccinate, release. The last word is important here. According to one particular Animal Birth Control Rules 2023, It is not in line with that particular thing. And what does it say? Animal Birth Control Rules 2023, specifically the doctrine, the philosophy of capture, neuter, vaccinate, release. But now the Supreme Court says confine them. That is like antagonistic, being at loggerheads, and which forbid. Forbid means a prevent. There's an expression called forbidden city. In fact, there's one city in China, it is known as Forbidden City. No one is allowed to enter that city. Are you guys aware of that? Forbid municipalities from permanently relocating healthy dogs or impounding them. Here, impound means confining them for long periods, except if a dog is rabid, incurably ill, or found to be dangerously aggressive by a veterinarian. If a vet decides it is very dangerous or it has some problem, health issue, then they can impound, means they can keep confined. Otherwise, they're not supposed to. The rules have failed the test of numbers, however. The rules have failed the test of numbers. Numbers are huge. Related to that, perhaps they could not implement. Urban dog populations have continued to swell. To substantiate that, the rules have failed the test of numbers, however. To substantiate that, the writer has to give more information. Urban dog populations have continued to swell. What is the meaning of swell here? Here, swell means increase in numbers, continue to swell despite sporadic sterilization. Despite, you all know, of not correct, it does not take the preposition of, and related word in spite of. We have to write as three separate words that you have to recollect. Despite, sporadic. Sporadic means scattered, here and there. We also use that word with rains, clashes. Sporadic rains means scattered. Sporadic clashes in the city, here and there, fights or clashes, sporadic. And sporadic sterilization. What is the meaning of sterilization? To remove the bacteria or microorganisms from the body of an animal or body of a person. Sterilization. But sterile has another meaning. If you take the word fertile, when we talk about land, agriculture land, we use words like fertile, sterile. And fertile means yielding. You get crops, and opposite is barren. We don't use the word sterile, we use the word barren land. Barren. Coming to sterile, when we talk about reproduction, fertile opposite sterile. That is a different connotation. And you have to recollect the word. If a man cannot produce children, then we use the word impotent. Have you heard of this word any time? Impotent. That word also you have to recollect. Despite sporadic sterilization drives, because 70% coverage below which reproduction rebounds has almost nowhere been reached. It seems that 70% they have to cover, but they could not. And if they cover 70%, they can stop reproduction. They don't cover 70%, then the numbers keep swelling. The prescription to return dogs to their territories has entrenched packs. Please excuse me. There's an important word, entrenched. Entrenched means what? Deep rooted, to get fixed. The prescription to return dogs to their territories, that particular rule talks about the last word, release, send them back to the territories. It talks about that. What is the negative impact? The prescription to return dogs to their territories has entrenched the present perfect active voice packs in the same high density neighborhoods. Same dogs, they keep swelling, the numbers keep swelling, the number increases, and obviously, same area, then it becomes a problem. Packs in the same high density neighborhoods, where children play and garbage accumulates. There are two problems here. One, high density, lot of children they play outside. Second, high density garbage gets piled up. When garbage is there, obviously dogs go there, they go for food. The rules also block municipalities from exploring alternative strategies such as long term impoundment. Because of the rules, municipalities cannot go for long term impoundment, means confinement. Now, if the rules are intact, municipal officers who confine dogs could be prosecuted. Imagine the rules are intact, means what? They implement the rules strictly. Then those officers who try to impound the dogs, they'll be punished. Now, if the rules are intact, municipal officers who confine dogs could be prosecuted. If they obey the rules, they risk contempt of court. It is like caught between the devil and the deep sea. If they follow the rules, then they are questioned by the Supreme Court. If they don't follow the rules, they have to go to the court. Rules say they should not impound, but Supreme Court says really impound them. Contradictory, paradoxical. Policymakers should treat this conflict as an opportunity to confront an outdated legal step. Based on this scenario, what is the role of policymakers? Policymakers should treat this conflict as an opportunity to confront. Confront means to face head on an outdated legal setup. Legal setup has become outdated, no longer useful. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960 was enacted when India's urban footprint was modest, outdated. To substantiate why the law outdated, writer is giving some information. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960 was enacted when India's urban footprint was modest, means not too much. Footprint, people living in urban areas, limited. Over a period of time, today cities are congested, you all know that. When India's urban footprint was modest, today's conurbations, this word we have got for the first time. Are you guys aware of this word? Have you heard of this any time? Conurbations means extension of urban areas which join the satellite towns and finally they become part of suburb of a city. Extended urban areas, that is a meaning. Extended urban areas, conurbations, we have got for the first time. With a dense informal settlements cannot afford such dog populations. Outskirts, we have slums, we have downtrodden people. Those people cannot afford a lot of dogs in and around them. Very dangerous. It talks about that. Entrenched ideological positions. Entrenched means a deep rooted ideological positions that romanticize community dogs. Romanticize means you take an idea, you try to project in a nice way. Community dogs, in a way, if dogs are there in the community, they prevent thieves from entering the community and they are good in a way. That is the idea they try to promote. Romanticize community dogs and regard confinement as oppression. They don't accept confinement, they consider confinement oppression. Take insufficient account of the dense human ecology. These animal lovers, they forget one thing. Today, urban areas have become highly congested. Population has increased phenomenal way and proliferation of people. Keeping that in mind, they should not talk all these things. But animal lovers are not bothered about these dimensions. They want to protect the animals. A modern stature should clearly distinguish between sociable dogs that can find homes, aggressive or chronically ill dogs that require euthanasia. See, another important word. Imagine some dogs are social, they are friendly, sociable dogs that can find homes. Some dogs are aggressive or chronically ill. For them, we have to go for euthanasia. They have given many a time as a passage, bank exams. How many of you know the word euthanasia? Euthanasia means a mercy killing. Someone is terminally ill, lot of health issues. Then he requests, please kill me. And that is known as mercy killing. Have you heard of this? Very important. You may get as a passage. They have given many a time. And the large residual category that can live in proper shelters, but none on public roads. Dogs should not be on public roads, in a nutshell. That's what the sentence says. Cities should impose duties on municipalities, specify minimum staffing and veterinary standards for pounds, confinement areas, and tie fiscal transfer to reductions in morbidity. Funds should be transferred to reductions in morbidity. Urban local bodies also need steady funding, perhaps under the National Center for Disease Control, to bankroll the construction and operation of shelters and to fund large scale sterilization teams. Same idea is being reiterated. Funds are required for what? Veterinary Education Council should integrate shelter medicine into curricula to ensure a workforce exists to staff new facilities. There's one important word, curricula. What is the singular form? Curriculum, and plural, curricula. There's also a suggestion. Without such support, Delhi risks swapping its dog menace with underfunded canine slammers. Slammer, one of the meanings, prisons. In this context, prison. At the city's edge, invisible but also cruel. Without such support, Delhi risks swapping its dog menace with underfunded canine slammers at the city's edge, means on the outskirts, invisible but also cruel, not acceptable. An interesting, important article for two reasons. Editorial. One, vocab, some important words are there. And second, they have already given many a time letter writing. Write a letter about the menace of stray dogs. And when you read, you have some idea. When you use certain lexical terms, you get maximum marks. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.